Y continuamos con el tercer directo de Thronebreaker. Vale. Vale, esta es la carta nueva. Que es una cosa de estas que... no me acuerdo, una Valoria. Destruye al aliado superior y juega a 2 aliados de tu cementerio. Puede estar bastante bien, pero es que las que tengo, esta me gusta mucho. Pero claro, solo sirve si la batalla tiene 2 partes. Bueno, a ver. También puedes utilizarla para volver a tirar la habilidad de orden o despliegue de una carta, pero... me gusta más su uso para quitar una unidad y empezar con ventaja en la siguiente. No, esta no me gusta. Vale. Pues podemos continuar. Fin de la sección. Se acerca un momento importante de tu travesía. Si decides continuar, no podrás renovar ninguna actividad sin terminar en esta zona. ¿Qué? Cofres dorados encontrados 9 de 10. ¿Pero por qué? Yo pensaba que podía continuar después. Bueno, pues vamos a ir. Es un poco absurdo hacerme el TP ahí al lado, pero bueno, ya que está. Voy a hacer lo de la moral alta, aunque no me sirva para nada. Qué rabia, ¿no? Es que tengo todos los mapas de todos los sitios, pero no sé, me falta un cofre dorado. Vale, pues ahora. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Qué me he dejado? Sí. Joder. Vale, tengo uno de ahí. Si vuelvo a enviar exploradores, ¿qué pasa? Vale. Y aquí está el cofre dorado. Y si vuelvo... Vale, ya no puedo más. Vale. Pues está bien saberlo. Cofre dorado... Ay. Joder, pues sí que me he dejado cosas, ¿no? Y ya le he encontrado utilidad a los exploradores. ¿Dónde está? Bajas por aquí y por aquí, o bajas del todo y subes. Que creo que va a ser lo segundo, así que voy a hacer TP aquí. Vale. Sale ya desenterrado. Pulsa este borde de batalla en el juego de cartas multijugador bueno, bastante bonito. Vale. Del principio lo he cogido todo. Después me he dejado cosas por aquí. Yo no sé, yo de verdad que pensaba que lo estaba cogiendo todo. Vale. Estas son un poco obvias, pero parece como de una emboscada o algo así y me los habré dejado. Vale, ahora... ahí... Que ya se mueve como tan lento el personaje por el mapa que me salga a cuenta hacer los viajes rápidos. De cual sea. Y este tronquito de aquí. Pues me ha salido bastante a cuenta lo de los exploradores. O sea, me ha costado 100 de oro en total y estoy consiguiendo bastante más de 100 de oro. La cajita esta de aquí, como tronquito. ¿Y qué más? Esto de aquí, vale. Tun, tun. Me gustaría ver si el drops esto está activado. Pero es que no lo sé, así que voy a hacer una cosa. Un segundo. A ver... Vale, sí, está activado. Pues perfecto. Ah, vale, me he dejado algo aquí arriba. Ah, vale, lo que he visto desde allí. Vale, me falta eso de allí. Y un interrogante que tampoco he visto, al parecer. Vale, está aquí. Y ya está. Este interrogante, punto de interés. Vale. Es cierto, cogí solo el cofre y ya estaba súper feliz de haberlo encontrado. Y sí, para adelante. Vale. Ah, vale, me he dejado todas estas cosas, así que aquí. No entiendo. Alteza, en la cabaña vive un arborista a quien los campesinos locales tienen alta estima. Sus pocios y ungüentos han curado muchas heridas y salvado muchas vidas. ¿Desea obtener algunos remedios de su inventario? Sí, me dan un trozo de carta, ¿no? ¿Por qué no? Ya está, la carta ya está acumulada. Puedes encontrarla en la tienda de mando. ¿Y qué carta es? Sí, por curiosidad. Esto es una valor bomba de dimerita. Restablece el poder base de todas las unidades enemigas. Es que esto puede estar bien y a la vez mal. Porque con mi baraja hago bastante daño a unidades enemigas. Entonces... no creo que me salga a cuenta tener esto. Por ahora. Uno aquí y otro allí. Vale. Voy a dar la vuelta por aquí. No puede ser. ¿Cómo se llega? Ah, bueno, por aquí. ¿O no? Vale, por aquí, por el buquecito este de aquí. No puede ser verdad. A ver. ¿Cuál es el problema? Vale, se entra por aquí. Vale, al botín ahí arriba. ¿Qué es esto de aquí? ¿Cómo se va dando la vuelta? Vale. Una cosita aquí. Y ya habré terminado el mapa entero. Sí, aquí. Está aquí. Ah. Voy a tener que dar toda la vuelta. ¿Dónde está? Lo he perdido. Aquí arriba, vale. Pues por aquí, ¿no? Chun, chun. Vaya, sí que sí, ¿no? Ahora sí que completar el mapa. Vale. Solo me quedan dos altares, así que los voy a coger. Por si acaso. Cuentan para completar el mapa o algo. Vale, por aquí. Ahora voy a comprar una cosita. Vale. Pues ahora sí que me puedo ir. Siete horas y 32 minutos en esta zona, 14 misiones completas, 8 rompecabezas, batallas normales ganas 4 y los cofres de 2, 10 de 10. Vale, yo creo que está bien, ¿no? Continuar.
Neve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule.
Bueno, nunca, nunca.
Neve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
And I'm happy to see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad. Willem, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
All right. Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless. I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done. Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I... Meve. By the god's grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Your Grace. Mother. The peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Yes, out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
I beg your pardon.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open.
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravigrad. I faced them and crushed them.
But your grace, the losses! For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Nay, never! Understood, Caldwell? Not ever!
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Maeve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes! The gallows is what awaits you!
Willem rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
You err deeply, my son.
The Queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe. A courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Maeve stood powerless, her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
Have I come at a bad time?
Demons take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact, of course. But still.
Había confiado en ti, Caldwell. Al principio del juego yo decidí no ser muy brusco contigo.
Willem, you turned him. How?
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just, he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman, which terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Ep Dahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
Bueno, me has estado volviendo mucho más interesante. Es que ni estoy en una situación muy favorable como para...
Do not do this, Caldwell. You cannot. Let me out, I beg you, and I swear I will...
Adieu, your grace. And use your last evening
Tenía que haberle dicho que le den.
Maeve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction. Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Maeve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
The Duke of Dogs.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm Gascon.
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
A no and a no. Actually, you're free. How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne. Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Count afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say, on one condition. You've got to request it of me, my lady. Courteously.
Joder, que tampoco es para tanto, ¿eh?
For my realm I will do this, and much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me my freedom.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. The true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
I'm grateful. Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
Would you look at this woman? Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
Hold, my lady. Unarmed, alone.
Have I any other option?
In a sense. See, they locked a few strays in the city pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen took Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, Your Grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Maeve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
Vamos. Y así, Lirios se enfrentaban a Lirios. Al principio Maeve solo luchaba para aturdir o herir, no para matar, pero pronto se dio cuenta de que los soldados del bando opuesto no tenían esas reservas. Aquellos hombres, a los que había saludado hacía escasos días y cuyos rostros conocía bien, no reservaban energía ni escatimaban en golpes. Maeve no tuvo otra opción que actuar del mismo modo. Vale, los objetivos son encontrar una ruta de escape. Una vez hayas encontrado la ruta de escape, ten más puntos que tu rival en 3 turnos. Pues supongo que lo entenderé en cuanto lo ponga.
Gascon? Bloody hell, where'd he get to?
Your Grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
Líder desleal, callejón oscuro.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow.
Ahora acierta la primera.
Cursed traitors.
Esto es un poco cuestión de suerte, ¿no?
Aye. Arbalist to your command. Should have listened to me old lady. Didn't think I'd leave you just
Go
like
for it.
that, did you?
Normal.
Honestly, I did.
Cada turno, al comienzo del turno, realiza una de estas 3 acciones de forma aleatoria. 1. Inflige 2 daño a un enemigo aleatorio. 2. Potencia un aliado aleatorio en 2. Mueve un enemigo aleatorio a la fila opuesta. El tercero no me acaba de convencer. Mueve 3 cartas a la otra fila de su lado e inflige 2 daño a todas las unidades desplazadas. Marca una unidad. Cada turno, al comienzo del turno, inflige 1 de daño. Este me gusta bastante, es que prende fuego a una fila. Es un buen combo.
Left, right, left, right.
Vale, para empezar voy a probar otro callejón.
This could hurt.
Vale.
Sod it. Sod it all. Don't like this.
Joder.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
No la tenemos. Es que voy a tener tan mala suerte que voy a acertar el último. Ya solo quedan 4.
Watch your heads.
Venga, por favor, no te quites el efecto del juego.
Again and again and again.
Vale. Oh, qué oportuno. Vale.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
No entiendo lo que está pasando. Elige una ley de bronce de tu mano del campo de batalla y añade 2 copias suyas a tu baraja. No tengo muy claro la verdad. Oh, cuando se acaba el temporizador de esta carta, las pruebas de se cierran. Si momento si Mef tiene menos puntos pierde la batalla.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Vale.
Left, right, left, right.
Vale. Vale. ¿Qué unidad puedo marcar? Una que no tenga escudo. Esta o esta. Esta está bien. Y esto... no lo voy a hacer más. Por la siguiente eso me va a revelar la caballería esta. Vale, gana.
I thank you, Gascon. You and your men, for your aid.
'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army to speak of.
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged. And drive Nilfgaard back across the Yaruga.
You're mad. How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate?
No. I shall find them in Edern. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend. And I'll sway volunteers to my cause on the way.
Well, you've your first willing warriors already.
How so?
We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised. Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers. Besides, I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Maeve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day afore.
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend. And I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers. So be it.
Vale, pues he cambiado al mazo este prácticamente.
Very high-minded of you, my lady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
Lyria was hers no more. Maeve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Is this the only way? Are you quite certain? The Queen
Is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
The Witcher
At
pasito
long
3.
last, Maeve reached the gate. Yet this she found shut tight, locked and guarded.
Gods be damned.
Easy, your grace. Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels.
Those are our men.
They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their bolts, but were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What she... Your Majesty? I've orders to arrest your grace.
Place me in irons, then.
Please understand, I haven't a choice.
Fear not. You'll be rewarded by Caldwell in Nilfgaardian Florence.
The captain's head dropped. His cheeks burned crimson.
Go, your grace. Flee now, but only to return.
Remember this, Gascon. I'm no fugitive. I'm a queen, robbed of her rightful crown. And though I may need to venture to the world's end before I return, I shall have it back.
Vale, este domingo spoiler directo del bosque, este domingo.
Having fled Lyria,
Joder,
Queen Maeve ventured into Edern, her old friend Reynard and new ally Gascon at her side. The war had bitten into this land too. Still, Maeve hoped to sway King Demavend to her cause, and with his aid, to oust the traitors, retake her throne, and drive the Nilfgaardian invader from her realm. Yet to start, she was forced to fight, Scoia'tael no less. Emerging from a wood, Maeve's retinue encountered a unit of elven rebels just moments from hanging a handful of prisoners. Among the latter, the queen spotted a woman, a proud warrior with a striking, thick black braid.
The lass I believe I know.
Well, unless we rush to her rescue, it'll soon be you knew her.
Well said. Lyrians, attack!
Vale. Voy a jugar un poco de Dark Souls, te dejo el view. Pues gracias. Era el primer enfrentamiento de Mif con los Scoia'tael, guerreros por la causa de los no humanos. El nombre se traduce como ardillas en lengua común, una referencia a las colas rojizas sujetas a sus gorros y yelmos. El adorno se había convertido en sello distintivo de sus partisanos, al igual que la tremenda crueldad con la que trataba a sus prisioneros humanos. Elimina a los verdugos Scoia'tael, no permitas que mueran, Rayla la negra. Vale. Ponía que era una batalla corta, ¿verdad? Creo que sí. Vale, esta baraja es totalmente diferente, así que me tengo que acostumbrar un poco. Vale. Esta en realidad casi que no me sirve, o sea, no tengo ni una sola carta con orden. Me voy a jugar a que me toca algo muy bueno. Bueno, puede estar bien.
Hang the butcher! Below her!
She can't breathe, Your Grace. We must rush to her aid.
Rayla la negra, vale. Y Molsten está sola en su fila al comienzo del turno, se mueve al lado de mí. Vale. Testigo de turnos al comienzo del turno destruye a Rayla la negra. Vale. Inflige 2 de daño a una unidad. Si ya estaba potencial, inflige 6 de daño en su lugar. Recuperación 1. Vale. Pues voy a comenzar con los señores estos marcando. Están aquí.
The chase is on!
Da igual. Total, en 2 turnos ya la tendré otra vez, así que... Vale, puedo hacerlo.
Free the warrior!
Reta un duelo al enemigo inferior. Si lo destruye, duplica el poder actual de esta unidad y recarga su habilidad de orden. Vale. Voy a tener que gastar uno aquí.
Now we will see who is weak.
No puede ser, ¿verdad?
The elves! Scatter them! They block our path!
Me la han liado bastante, la verdad. Voy a volver a hacer lo mismo. Voy a esta sola. Vale. Pues ya está.
The Scoia'tael warriors shocked the Queen with their speed, their cunning, and their cruelty. Yet in the end, the Lyrians prevailed. When the last elf hit the ground, the Queen had her men untie those they'd sought to hang.
1,000 thanks, Your Grace. Heard many tales of your valor. Pleased to see there weren't just flattery and propaganda.
Black Rayla. Haga, we saw you there. You command King Demavend's special forces.
That's right. Though not many remain to command.
So I see. How did it come to this?
My liege sent me to wipe out a Scoia'tael band, led by a rat called Eldane. Followed the vermin's tracks for several days. Straight into his trap, turned out.
Hunting elves in the woods. Truly inspired, I must say.
Had no choice. Doing nothing would have brought us surer, swifter doom. The Blackclad have invaded Edirn. Thanks to elven aid. They snap our supply lines, lurk like dogs, prey on vulnerable units and scouts.
You mean to say Nilfgaard's broken your defenses?
Aye. Though their march will soon halt, believe me. To advance, they'll have to take Rosberg, a stronghold that's yet to fall once. They'll break against its walls like waves upon the rocks.
Rayla, the black swarm I have beheld. Endless lines of infantrymen, countless riders, war machines capable of crushing the hardest stone to gravel.
Your meaning, my lady?
That we must prepare for the worst.
I'll convey your grace's words to the king at the first occasion.
Vale, no siento mal.
I'd
me dan
rather
paz.
hope to convey them myself. I have come to Edirn seeking aid. I wish to ask Demavend for support.
The king is in Rosberg, overseeing siege preparations. I'm heading that way too to report on our skirmish with the Scoia'tael. I might serve as your guide. These lands I know better than any.
Vale.
Excellent. Guide on.
Pues vamos a ver el nuevo mapa. Me pregunto cuántos habrá. A ver, tienda comedor.
How fare you, Rayla? The quartermaster, did he assign you a tent?
He tried.
Oh, and...
I refused it. Best to sleep beneath the stars. Little chance of a foe catching you off guard.
Rain accepted, perhaps?
I'm not made of sugar, ma'am. I'm not gonna melt.
One sees very few women in the ranks, let alone in the special forces. How did you come to join?
On merit. Proved I'd be of use.
Yes, well, naturally. But how exactly?
I was 15 when I went to enlist. But the sergeant in charge of signing folk up told me to scurry on home. So I proposed a wager. Arm wrestling. If I won, he'd let me join. If I lost, I'd pay him 100 crowns.
And that kind of coin? You had it?
No, so I had to win. As we sat down at the table, across from each other, he laughed and rolled up his sleeve. When it was over, all around us were laughing at him. Then I just followed orders. Did so well enough to draw the king's attention.
I must go. We'll speak later.
Vale.
So, Gascon, the soldier's life. Does it suit you?
About the same as the bandits, like.
I beg your pardon.
The tents are cold, the food's shite. On the plus side, plenty to drink, most days. A skirmish here, a scuffle there, Nilfgaardians one day, elves the next, and whoever we rout, we rob of what they've got.
Requisition, you mean? Fully in accordance with the laws of war.
Oh, please. Save your excuses for your father confessor.
The Duke of Dogs. Whence the name?
Not certain I should tell you. It's a personal story somewhat.
I insist.
So, thing is, I'm a werewolf of sorts.
¿Qué?
Did I hear werewolf?
Of sorts. You see, when the full moon glows in the night sky, I transform into a creature that's half man,
Que es una broma.
half dachshund. And then all the other hounds of the night hearken to my command.
Oh, forget I asked.
With pleasure.
I can't stop wondering. How did your strays break into the tower in Lyria?
They exploited its chief weakness.
What weakness is that? I oversaw its construction myself. Walls 5 feet thick, bars and grates of the sturdiest iron.
All tremendous, I'm sure. But how much do you pay the guards?
What? I don't know. The garrison's commander is in charge of that.
Let me tell you then. Not much, Meave. Not much at all. From atop a throne, it's hard to spot the little things. Example, a guard hard up for coin, or one with ambitions. But seeing that's second nature to even the most ordinary bandit. Take any castle door. To open it, to open all, one needs but a pouch of gold.
It's time I attended to other matters. Farewell.
Yes, Your Grace?
How has it come to this? I, Queen Meave of Lyria and Rivia, must prowl about the underbrush like a common bandit. And you, General Reynard Odo, once proud commander of 4 elite regiments of footmen, now lead a gang of deserters, bandits and scythe-wielding peasants.
I do so proudly, Your Grace.
You must be joking, Reynard.
Your Majesty, under your husband I served 10 years, under you another 8, and never in that time did I fight for a more worthy cause. We seek not to grab land, or stifle a peasant revolt. We fight for all the North, and you alone didn't give up. Didn't even consider bending the knee before Nilfgaard.
Yes, all true. Yet look where it's brought me.
Your struggle has but begun, Your Grace, and I will do all in my power to see you triumph in the end.
I cannot forgive myself one thing. That I failed to see through. He must have plotted treason for months, years even. Yet I suspect...
Don't be too hard on yourself, Your Grace.
Easily said. Ugh.
Nilfgaard would have found a different traitor, or sent an assassin. It was unavoidable what happened. The Blackclads would have attacked in any case, and we'd have stood no chance to defeat the foe in open.
So, had you been there when the peers assembled, you also would have voted to bend the knee?
No. My honor would never have allowed it. I'd have thrown myself into the fire, and probably died a fool for it. As matters stand, I still have a chance to thwart the... It seems, in a twisted turn of fate, I should be grateful to Caldwell.
It's time I attend...
Vale. Voy a comenzar por el taller. Vale, 4 horarios, pero es que cuesta 3000. Esto se requiere un 10% menos del límite de reclutamiento. Vale. 10%, aumentar el tiro de 150 a 200. La prioridad va a ser esto y esto. Vale. Ahí va todo mi oro. Esto no es muy caro tampoco. Reduce el coste de una creación de unidades un 10%, pero es que por ahora no estoy creando unidades en realidad. Por ahora me lo voy a guardar. La situación en Aedirn. Todo el grueso del ejército oriental se dirige hacia Aedirn tras tomar Liria y Rivia. Se ha encontrado con una feroz resistencia por parte de los aedirnianos, pero los puestos fronterizos han caído. El rey Demaven ha replegado las pequeñas guarniciones para concentrar sus fuerzas en las fortalezas con las defensas más férreas: Rosberg, Aldersberg y Wengerberg. La actividad de los Scoia'tael ha aumentado significativamente. Se han producido ataques a mercaderes y refugiados, pero no a los convoys nilfgaardianos. Todas las pruebas apuntan a que los Scoia'tael colaboran con el enemigo. Es posible. Petición a las ciudades de Liria y Rivia. Panfleto distribuido en Liria y Rivia. A la reina Mif no le importa un ápice vuestros intereses. En lugar de firmar la paz con el Imperio Nilfgaardiano, ha optado por una resistencia inútil, condenándolos a todos a la aniquilación. El Consejo de Nobles, para salvar a sus súbditos de este sino, decidió destronar a la reina loca. Esta, en su cruel demencia, desafió nuestro mandato y escupió sobre nuestras leyes. Ha huido del país como una cobarde y ahora pretende sembrar el caos. El legítimo monarca es Willem, primogénito de Mif, que será aconsejado por el conde Caldwell en estos tiempos difíciles. Las praderas de Liria y Rivia florecen bajo el sol dorado. ¡Larga vida al emperador! El emperador Bar Embrich. Alteza. Carta del capitán Tobias 1. A pesar de que hablamos no hace mucho, dudo que recordéis mi nombre. Soy el guardia que os detuvo en vuestra vida de Liria. El guardia que dudó de vos. Alteza, una vez más quisiera pediros perdón por mi cobardía y agradeceros que me dierais una oportunidad para enmendar mi error. No puedo salvar Liria de las garras nilfgaardianas, pero puedo escribiros para contaros sus secretos. Me he ganado un puesto en palacio. Afinaré el oído y, si descubro algo, os informaré sin dilación. Que los dioses nos sonrían, Alteza. Esperamos vuestro regreso, capitán Tobias. Vale. A ver la nueva baraja. Pueblos y todas las ideas enemigas. A ver, el caso es que tengo demasiadas unidades. Uy. Vale. Vale, voy a comenzar por aquí. Cartas que me gustan mucho. Estas las puedo crear sin más. No tienes ninguna copia más de esta carta. Sí, sí la puedo crear si me apetece. Bueno, está bien saberlo. Para empezar, juega una carta de tu baraja. Si está en la mano, la baraja o el campo de batalla se fortalece de 2 cada vez. Vale. Ahora tengo que escoger entre... Es que ni siquiera es manejable esto. O sea, me paso básicamente. No. Me voy a quitar a Rayla esta. Y voy a cambiar... Habría de esta por esto. Y ya está clavado. Bueno. Ahí que me he dejado sin revisar. Este. Vale. Habría infiltrado, tengo 2 en el mazo. Madre mía, el cuervo. Voy a revisar aquí si hay algo. Un cofre, madre mía. El kit de Nestle. Vale. ¿Pasa algo si voy aquí? No.
Gods. The entire country up in flames.
Ebdahi warned punishment awaited Edern, that he would show the land no mercy.
What in God's names did you do to him, Rayla?
Nilfgaard offered us an alliance against the rest of the north, but Demoven declined, in his clipped soldier's speech. They say Ebdahi flew into a rage and swore he'd reduce Edern to rubble.
Vale. Ahí quiero ver esta ratita. ¿Va a ser una batalla normal o rompecabezas? Batalla normal parece. Una modesta aldea se hallaba situada al norte del Haya del Viajero. A medida que el ejército de Mif se acercaba, quedaba claro, incluso desde lejos, que la aldea no se había librado de los estragos de la guerra. Las viviendas estaban destrozadas y quemadas, y el aire se respiraba un penetrante hedor a humo. ¿Y qué suerte corrieron los aldeanos? Estaban esparcidos por el suelo en el centro del asentamiento, sus cuerpos mutilados por las mandíbulas rechinantes de los carroñeros, que todavía no se habían apartado de su sangriento botín. Vale. Vale. Vamos a probar así. Con Necker de tu baraja esta fila. Tu baraja, pero supongo que habrá límite de Neckers que va a tener. Vale, solo tiene 3, así que no debería ser muy complicado. Es que a no ser que lo pueda matar en este turno no va a tener sentido. Y no tengo manera de matarlo en este turno, así que voy a poner el espía. Vale, creo que me va a ir perfecto hacer esto. De su izquierda se podría... Ah, vale, menos mal. Ah, de la derecha. Vale. Pues, ¿sabes qué voy a hacer, no, señor? O sea, voy a... Tiene 7 cartas en mano, yo 8. Voy a hacer un cambio por esta carta tan bonita. El cementerio. El cementerio está vacío. Y voy a terminar turno. Ya vas. Bueno, yo creo que está bien. O sea, le he hecho desperdiciar bastante daño. No, se me había olvidado. ¿Por qué? Prende fuego una fila. Vale, quiero cambiar estos. El de la unidad de su izquierda. Bueno, ya tampoco que tenía muchas más opciones. Dije al bronce del campo de batalla o de la mano. Dije a 3 copias de su baraja. No, espérate, a ver, Necker. Cada turno al comienzo del turno invoca un Necker de... Vale. Porque su cementerio está vacío. Conserva la primera de tu cementerio y genera una copia base suya. Recuperación 3.
Aye.
A ver, por favor, dime qué pasas. Ahora va a pasar, ¿no? No. Bueno. Por cada lobo que haya en tu mano se potencia en uno. Luego inflige 1 de daño a un enemigo aleatorio. Repite esta habilidad cada vez que aparezca un lobo aliado. Y en cuanto se ha potenciado... En 3. Significa que tiene 3 lobos en su mano más. Bueno, está bien saberlo.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Pasa, por favor. Cago en la puta. Decía va a pasar ahora. Ah, pues no. Quiere llevarme al límite al parecer. Eso tal vez sea un desperdicio, pero... Siento que debo intentarlo.
Ah, should have listened to me old lady.
¿Y ahora va a pasar? Solo 2 extra. ¡Qué rabia! Ya de un oso. Es que no veo manera de no joderme ahora.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Oh, no. Ya tengo que pasar. Qué rabia, ¿eh? Creo que tengo las de perder por ahora. A ver. Potencia una habilidad en 4. Ah, bueno. Marca, así que no quiero marcar por ahora. Prende fuego una fila. Juego una habilidad del cementerio. Si quiero jugar con aleatorio, ¿verdad? Juega una habilidad aleatoria de tu cementerio. Vale, pues que pase lo que tenga que pasar.
What do you want of me?
Espía.
No time for that.
Pues está bien, pero ahora con que no saque unidades aquí ya tiene suficiente. Vale, puedo hacer una cosa. O no puedo. No, no puedo. Bueno.
Go, hop, hop.
Tiene que intentarlo.
Au!
Au. Pues que da mucho asco esta carta. Vale, debería potenciar mucho a una. Porque puedo hacer esto y transformar esto en un oso, por ejemplo. Si no muere ahora. Pues esta fiera está ya, pero al menos está llena de unidades. No. ¿Por qué? Unidades basura.
This could hurt.
Vale. Turutun, turutun, turutun.
Yeah, yeah.
Es que no tengo ninguna unidad dañada, ¿verdad? Para tirar esto.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Vale. Mozo. Vale. Todavía le quedan 4 cartas a él. Y esto es todo lo que tengo, eso me queda rezar mucho. 4 cartas es mucho. Ya no tienes cartas, por favor. Vale, ya está, he ganado. Padre, los oscuros avanzan desde el sur. Las fortificaciones fronterizas de Belkart y Lutin ya han caído. Y esos demonios han incendiado todo lo que han encontrado a su paso. Coge todo lo que realmente tengáis de valor y marchaos a Rosberg, a casa del tío. Allí estaréis más seguros. Sé lo que estáis pensando. 60 años a tus espaldas, has sobrevivido a 7 guerras y esta no es diferente. Pero lo es, papá. Debes confiar en mí, te lo ruego. Vuestro Keller. $23. Vale, espérate. Creo que el límite lo tengo en 150 por desgracia. Y pues está el límite de reclutamiento a 150. Aumenta el límite de reclutamiento. Ah, creo que con el límite de reclutamiento se refiere a esto. ¿Sí o no? Quiera un 10% menos del límite de reclutamiento. Vale, pues voy a coger esto. Ahora vamos a ver esto. 104. Vale, efectivamente. Me puedo poner a esta señora. Y me puedo poner al señor este. Vale, por ahora está bien.
Any of you seen Nimoy? Was bound here from Iconford. Supposed to have arrived 3 days past. Any of you seen Nimoy? Was bound here from Icon. Any of you?
Vale.
The Lyrians arrived at an ancient, half-desiccated beach. Its trunk sat atop a tangle of thick roots, and scraps of paper covered with tiny scribblings fluttered over it from top to bottom. Travelers crowded all around. Barefoot refugees, bony pilgrims, peddlers with armored escorts, and shifty-eyed men with the haggard look of deserters.
The Wayfarer's Beach.
Rayla said.
Travellers of all sorts swap tales here. Perhaps we can glean something about our enemy's movements.
Or paint the enemy a clear picture of our own.
Gascon interrupted.
Nilfgaardian spies no doubt flock to this tree like flies to particularly pungent dung.
Y ahora un explorador rodear el haya del viajero.
Disregarding matters of status and station, Meave personally asked the travelers for the latest news. They soon transformed from terse to talkative, sharing tales of an elven bandit named Eldane, a Nilfgaardian general called Frighev who murdered an entire village, and a sorceress who cured any ailment for a few coppers. Then a blood-curdling scream put a halt to the gossip. Meave's soldiers had begun to quarrel with the merchant's guards, one of whom now lay dead on the ground, his throat a gaping wound.
De filth, besmirched your honour, your grace. Said you took tail and ran from Lyria like a belted bitch.
The travellers were unmoved by this explanation. They demanded the Lyrian soldier be punished according to Eden's laws. by chopping off the hand that dealt the fatal blow.
Joder. A ver, señor, es que... No sé, no puedes ir matando a gente por cobarde. Ah, pues te mato. Pero tampoco creo que cortarte la mano sea un castigo. Bueno, es que acabas de matar a alguien. Vamos
With a
a
heavy
cortarle la mano.
heart, Niamh decided the soldier would have to be punished. Reynard silently drew his sword from its scabbard.
No. I shall do it.
Niamh said, in a tone that left no room for discussion.
Soldier, you sought to defend my honor. For that I praise you. But you committed murder. For that, I must punish you as called for by this land's customs.
Tears streaming down his face, the foot soldier rolled up his sleeve and placed his arm upon a tree stump. Niamh took a deep breath and raised her sword. A terrified scream filled the woods. The travelers gained newfound respect for Niamh. Though far from rich, they passed a cap and presented the queen a handful of coins to show gratitude for upholding their laws. As for her Lyrians, they marched away from the Wayfarer's beach in somber silence.
You'd folk in Crumhorn are trading with the Scoia'tael by day for all to see. Lord Falberson trots about on an imperial leash already. You'd folk in...
Sí, bueno, pues como no me sube la moral... Ay... Creo que prefiero perder un poco de madera y ganar 750. Creo que no me dejo nada. Un altar, menos mal.
Ravens are always trailing armies. Ravens and beasts.
Tucked a bushel of grain away in my shack. But you're supposed...
Soon after entering Edirn, Niamh ordered a halt. She wished to sit with Black Rayla and plan their onward march, for Rayla knew every path in the realm, including ones not drawn on any map. They were hard at work when shouts rang out among the tents.
One final time I shall say it. As your senior officer, I order you to depart the training grounds, or...
Or what, pray tell? You'll have me drop and give you 50?
What is the meaning of this?
Your Grace, I had thought to use this interval to drill the recruits, teach them...
To walk.
To maneuver, Gaston. A world of difference. In perfect harmony must soldiers traverse the field of battle. Otherwise, they could break formation. The enemy would penetrate our lines, and our army could be slaughtered.
And therein lies the rub, dear Reynard. Army. This is no army, but a band of partisans. If we do not adapt to the rules of desperation, if we adhere instead to the Academy Codex, we shall lose. Laying traps, wiping tracks, that's what we should teach the lads. Not marching to the...
Estoy bastante de acuerdo con Gascon.
All my eye! A fighting force must have discipline. Otherwise, tactics and planning are impossible. A soldier must obey orders.
Pues no tengo muy claro qué hacer. A ver. Es que ambos tienen razón, solo depende de qué tipo de táctica quieras coger. Y yo creo que ahora mismo la de Asco es un poco más lógica. Pues tampoco quiero escoger bando, quiero... Voy a decir, tranquilizaos los
A
dos.
point on which we all agree. And since they are mine to give, I order you both to calm yourselves at once, and never air your squabbles in front of the men again. Our resources are limited. We cannot do everything at once. Prepare your proposed plans for training the recruits, and I shall decide which we shall follow. Clear? Then get to work.
Está bien. Parece una buena decisión. Joder.
One week we were to harvest, yet the fields are nothing but ash.
Ah, un cofre ahí. ¿Cómo se llega? Solo se puede llegar desde aquí. Vale.
Did our oats not suit the Emperor? However did our oats and other plantings harm him? Blackclads brought them monsters here, I'm sure. Your Majesty, I beg ye, let me join your ranks. Nothing but hunger and death await me here.
Vale, no sé si dejarlo ya o hacer estas peleas. Uy, me he dejado algo para coger ahí. Bando. Por la presente se ordena a los habitantes de Bruma Baja que desalojen la aldea antes del anochecer. El incumplimiento de esta orden derivará en un castigo de la mayor dureza. Jael Kerzaher. Duque Lardala Ebdahigan, canciller y comandante del ejército oriental. Vale. Los nigerianos sí, bueno, pues la han destruido. Pues creo que lo voy a dejar aquí. Sí. Voy a cenar y después vuelvo. O no. No lo sé. Así que... Adiós.